don't just throw money and don't know what you're doing, like being very mindful about why do you want to leverage influencer marketing? What is your goal? What is your objective? And then being very relevant as well, like what are you going to track?
Lucrece Loeb, Head of Creator Marketing for Amazon Europe, holds over 12 years experience in brand strategies, e-commerce and affiliate marketing. She leads a marketing team acquiring, educating and engaging influencers and publishers across 10 European marketplaces. In 2025, Lucrece became a founding member of the Global Influencer Council, an exclusive network at the forefront of the creator economy. As part of this inner circle guiding CMOs and shaping industry direction, Lucrece takes pride in influencing the future of influencer marketing. How did you begin your career in marketing and what led you to Amazon?
Wow, it was a lot of different journeys. I started working for L'Oréal for the Cannes Film Festival, so I was in charge of bringing the spokesperson together. I guess that was the beginning of like influencers and influencing. And then from there, went to another agency, started my own company, and I ended up at LTK, which was at the time one of the first affiliate platform there. And turns out Amazon was my client. So I onboarded Amazon at LTK. And I really wanted to go to a bigger company. LTK was a small agency and I really wanted to go out there, and I kept on working with teams that were very siloed, like there was marketing, there was PR, there was e-commerce, etc. And I really wanted to work in a team where everything will fit together and where I could have the 360 kind of like overview of what's going on. So a few years, I then moved to Amazon. Actually, fun story, I did not move into the role that I'm in right now. For 2 seconds, I was in logistics within Amazon. It was great, but it lasted 2 months and then I kind of was like, nope, I miss influencer marketing. So yeah, then I went to Amazon Fashion, started working with influencers there. And after a few years, I got a call saying like, we want to, work more with influencers and start the influencer kind of like team within Amazon. And so I started this team. I think I've always been in this situation where you see there is an opportunity, but you have something to create. So always building from scratch those teams, seeing where the synergies are, and then building it from the ground up, which I kind of love because it means that you're doing all those jobs first. And then you're hiring someone, when it works and you're proving your point, then you're hiring someone that can make it even better and scale it.
Why are creators such an essential part of Amazon's growth and marketing strategy?
I think overall, we understand that creators are an essential part of the strategy because the reality is it's not just influencer marketing. Influencer marketing means, influencers are creating content. They're also driving traffic. They're also driving SEO. They're also, you can also reuse their content within paid ads, etc. So for me, it's really like at the center of all those different channels, but it's also like, how do you inspire customers, right? We know there are so many brands and many products out there. How do you really leverage those creators and use their help to, say what they want to say and give their honest opinion? And I think Amazon is all about consumers. And, those creators are helping consumers basically to discover what they're after or to get more information about those products.
As well as your role at Amazon, you've just joined the Global Influencer Council. Why is this an important project for you?
I was so excited when I got the first, when I heard about that. I think influencers it's been a hot topic for years, right? But the reality is that, so what? What's going on? What's the regulation? We all have so many challenges, etc., that we face. And, a lot of them are common, but also a lot of them are just like local specific. For example, I was very excited for once that we can all come together in one room to discuss about what's really important, what are the blockers, but also how do we see the evolution of influencer marketing in general. So I was very, very excited, and I'm very excited for what's to come as well.
In a year's time, what do you hope the Global Influencer Council will have achieved?
I was actually getting excited on the way in. I was like, oh my God, imagine there would be a playbook or a book that got published. I think where I'm hoping it will go is it's amazing that we can share all this knowledge and what's going on and have honest discussions as well, just brainstorming about some of those topics. I think where it would have a real impact. It's really like, how can we address that, but also share it with a wider audience? So how do we take all those amazing people and really share that knowledge with people out there, maybe they're just getting started within the industry, but also the C-level that are like, okay, what's going on really in the influencer space? How should my company evolve? If we achieve that, I would be really proud, and I think everyone would be as well.
What do you think is the biggest challenge influencer marketers face today?
It's so interesting because it's so different. I think it really depends on who the person is that also is managing that team, right? Because if you've never worked with an influencer marketing, the biggest challenge will be like, how do I make sure that my team understand what I'm doing? If you've been there for years, it's going to be like, how do you make sure to scale even more as well? So it really depends on like who we're talking about. I think for me, the thing that I like, but I think it's a big challenge, is that people are starting to be aware of, it's not, you don't just throw money and don't know what you're doing, like being very mindful about why do you want to leverage influencer marketing? What is your goal? What is your objective? And then being very relevant as well, like what are you going to track? Because, you know, whatever you're looking to achieve, great. But I think people are being very much more careful about understanding what they're going to track in terms of metrics.
What's your personal career highlight and why?
It's going to sound so cheesy. My team is one of the biggest achievements, for sure. Because I've seen people, again, you know, building teams from scratch, etc. It's not always easy, especially in those kind of companies. And, you know, when you start working with people that not necessarily have this background before, it's not easy to start working together, right? You need to learn a new set of skills, etc. And for me, at least the proudest moment is when I hear my team saying, like, wherever you go, I'll go. I think, like, once you've done that, it's really amazing. But on another level, I think being a speaker at South by Southwest this year I was very happy.
What excites you about working in influencer marketing?
When I studied, actually, I did one of the first master in marketing at the time. Not so old, but I did. And it's interesting because when you think about it, when I did my BA, you know, what I'm doing today did not exist. And it's kind of like we're inventing every day what tomorrow is going to look like. I love this. I think you always need to be on, okay, what's going to be next? You're learning from, not just from, you know, the companies that you work with or the social media apps, you're also learning a lot from the people that you're working with, from the creators. And so I think that's very exciting, you know, space to be in, an industry to be in. And again, the more we grow into this industry, the more we understand how we're reinventing how marketing makes and channels work. So that's fascinating to me.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned from working in the creator economy?
Never expect that you have the answers. I think like the biggest learning for me is like sometimes if you're only looking at the data or if you're only like reading an article, etc., kind of like have your outcomes in your head, but no, like talk to the creators themselves because they'll write your whole strategy for you. Like you don't need to, you know, it's very important that today's consumers are also our creators. They're testing our products. They're actually selling our products to other people. And so I think like putting them at the centerpiece of like what you want to do and how you want to develop it is very, very powerful.
What's one thing brands often get wrong about influencer marketing?
They want to do it all. I think they want to run really before they walk. They want to do it all. They want brand awareness. They want sales. They want traffic. They want everything at the same time. And I think like the reality is, although it's been an industry that's been here for, you know, 10, 12 years now, you still need to build your program step by step. And so you really need to start thinking about like, okay, what's your biggest priority? How do you build that? And then of course, after you can have the objective and you can start working with celebrities and you can start, of course, depending on what you want to achieve. But I think they're trying to do it all. And you have a lot of things to cover. So you can't expect to scale your influencer marketing business, you know, even if you have a huge budget. You're going to need to learn, you know, what's efficient for you. How do you define efficiency? Like, and it takes some time as well. So I think we need to take a little bit of time and do it step by step to make sure that then after you can scale and really go big.
What's one influencer marketing trend or anti-trend that brands need to know entering 2026?
The scripts. I think brands are starting to understand, don't go on script, stop, treating influencers as kind of like PR or magazines. So I think it's all about, I hate this word, authenticity, but what it means for me is like, let them translate what you're trying to do. And that correlates with what I love to do to say always is, stop looking at the vanity metrics. So really look at, select the right creators, look at the right metrics, and then naturally you will see the impact as well. So I think more and more brands and companies are going into that versus the trend, which was like, hey, amazing reach, amazing following, let's go with that. At least I hope that's where they're going.